the Novak Djokovic fans there in full voice. Yeah, the chants are quite extraordinary. Novak, he's overrated. Novak's a has-been. Novak, kick him out. Boy, I'm glad they can't hear me.
Thank you very much for being here tonight. I appreciate your presence and the support, and I'll see you next round. Thank you very much. A sports journalist here from Australia who works for a main broadcaster of Australian Open at Channel 9 decided to mock Serbian fans, and he made insulting and offensive comments towards me. So I was hoping he's going to apologize in public, which he hasn't done yet. I know that a lot of people wanted to hear me speak, so I apologize for everyone being on the stadium and not being able to hear me speak, and on the TV as well. But that's the main reason, and I have to stand by, my decision and hold these stands until something is done. So I leave it to Channel 9, and hopefully that situation will change for the next match. All the best.
Well, one of disappointment that's come to this, I've got to say, because the comments were made, if I can just give you a bit of a timeline here, the comments were made on the news on the Friday night, which I considered to be banter. I considered it to be humour, which is consistent with most things I do, whether it be the Sunday footy show, whether it be the morning show here. You can see the Novak Djokovic fans there in full voice. Yeah, the chants are quite extraordinary. Novak, he's overrated. Novak's a has-been. Novak, kick him out. Boy, I'm glad they can't hear me. Anyway, let's get on to the tennis world. Having said that, I was made aware on the Saturday morning from Tennis Australia via the Djokovic camp that the Djokovic camp was not happy at all with those comments. Now, as such, I immediately contacted the Djokovic camp and issued an apology to them, so this is 48 hours ago, for any disrespect that Novak felt that I'd caused. And as I stand here now, I stand by that apology to Novak if he felt any disrespect, which quite clearly he does. Novak, he's overrated. Now, I should also say the disrespect was extended, I guess, in many ways to the Serbian fans. Now, as you know, being here over the 7 years, we've built up a nice rapport with the Serbian fans. They come here with the flags and they provide so much colour and so much passion, and there was banter. So I thought what I was doing was an extension of that banter. Quite clearly, that hasn't been interpreted that way. So I do feel as though I've let down the Serbian fans. Now, I'm not just saying this to try and wriggle out of trouble or anything. I genuinely feel for those fans. Novak's a has-been. No. If I could turn back time, right, and I know we've all got PhDs in hindsight, I think the one thing where I overstepped the mark, and this is certainly what's really sort of angered Novak Djokovic and his camp, is the last comment I made in that back and forth with the crowd, kick him out. Back, kick him out. Now, I can stand here and put whatever spin I want in that, but it can only be interpreted as a throwback to the COVID years when he was kicked out. Now, that has angered Novak, which I completely understand now. So, look, it has been an unfortunate situation. Novak, he's overrated. Novak's has been. It's been one of personal angst for Novak. It's quite clearly personal angst for me as well. But I just think the priority here now is to focus on the tennis again. He's got an amazing match coming up tomorrow night against Carlos Alcaraz, and I hope that his focus can now be on that, and my focus is now the broadcast again. So I can only again tell Novak what I told him 48 hours ago, and that is I do apologise if he felt that I disrespected him. I should also add that in the correspondence with Novak's team, I agreed to meet with them in person to discuss all this. They came back and said, yes, we would be keen to meet in person. That hasn't transpired, but I'm sure it will over the next 24 hours.
So you're back on air shortly. As far as you consider the situation right now, is this case closed?
I hope so.